Alright, this video is going to talk about the subjunctive with impersonal expressions and also using the subjunctive with the construction para qué. This is going to be mostly a review of what we've already done with the past, in the past with the subjunctive, but we're going to learn a little bit more. So first we're going to review what we talked about a couple of weeks ago with forming the present subjunctive with noun clauses. So remember that there's three things that you need in order to have the subjunctive used in the second clause. You're going to need two different subjects, a verb of hope or recommendation, and a K. So those are the three things that we talked about needing to have in order to have a subjunctive sentence. So here we have the formula, I guess you could say, that I gave you guys. The first subject, the verb of recommendation or hope, followed by K, and then the second clause has a second subject, and that verb is going to be conjugated in the subjunctive afterwards. Remember that the verb of recommendation or hope is going to be conjugated in the present indicative. We're only working with the present tense here. So I gave you three example sentences of what we've already covered. Todos sugieren que nos quedemos en casa. So everybody suggests. Suggests is a verb of recommendation. We have our K, our second subjunctive, or second subject, nosotros, and then that verb is going to be in the subjunctive. And then our second sentence, quiero que mis padres reciclen más. I want, that's a verb of hope or desire, that my parents, second subject with the K, recycle more. And then es bueno que ustedes sigan aprendiendo. This es bueno is an impersonal expression because it's not, there's no clear subject. It's a general recommendation. It is good that you all continue learning. So we're going to go a little bit further with the impersonal expressions that we talked about. So we're going to use S, and it's always going to be S because we're not going to have a second subject. So ser will always be in the singular third person form. And then we have an adjective that will always be in the singular masculine form, K, and then we're going to have a subject and a verb in the subjunctive. So anytime the expression, so the S with the adjective, anytime that S, an adjective, expresses possibility, doubt, uncertainty, necessity, or emotion. An emotion is just kind of, it's good, it's bad, it's sad. Anytime you're saying how you feel about something, that's going to be followed by the subjunctive as long as you have a subject. Okay, so over here I have this little reminder box. If there's no specific subject after the impersonal expression, you don't need a K. And then if there's no K, there's no subjunctive. So instead of the example sentence, es bueno que ustedes sigan aprendiendo, if we take out the ustedes, we're also going to take out the K. So here we have a true impersonal expression, es bueno seguir aprendiendo. So you're not giving any subject. It's good to continue learning. So adding on to that, we're going to start talking about para and para qué. In the last grammar lesson, we talked about por and para, one of its uses meaning in order to. So in our sentences, we can use para with an infinitive to convey the idea of in order to. For example, my sentence, cierro el grifo para conservar el agua. I turn off the tap to save water. So I am turning off the tap and I am saving water. There's only one subject. But if you're doing something so that someone else is going to be affected, okay, so that someone else, we need to add a K and use the subjunctive. Okay, for example, we have hay varios contenedores para que ustedes puedan separar el reciclaje. So we have, there's many containers so that you all can separate recycling. So the para que, so that you all are able to. Okay, we have para que with another subject. it's more clear here in this second set of examples. Ella está enferma, entonces se queda en casa para que otros no se enfermen. So she is sick, but she's staying at home so that others do not get sick. So she is doing it for others. In comparison, the final sentence we have, se queda en casa para no contagiar a otros. So she stays at home so that she doesn't contaminate or, I guess, infect others, right? So she is the subject here, and since there's no second subject, we don't have a K, and we keep this as the infinitive. Okay, so you guys are going to come back after watching this video. You'll come back to the Google Meet and talk to me so that we can clarify any questions.